fences are beyond the scope of this inspection. That said, these wooden posts, all fences, they last about 14 years. About 14 years. And the wooden posts, metal posts last a lot longer. You just come back and replace the panels. But you should get some good use out of it. We're on the north side of the house at the fence. We're going to work around counterclockwise. These are weep holes. These are good. Homeownership 101, all roofs leak, all walls leak. We want them to shed water faster than they accept it so that we keep the living space dry. That's what we want to do. And brick is porous, by the way. If your lawn sprinkler system's hitting this, the water goes right on inside. These these weep holes allow moisture from rain, not lawn sprinkler systems, but from rain and such. Any moisture that gets into the wall, it has a chance to escape. Usually it's a vapor. Now, I have seen some events, a couple events actually, where I actually watched water come out of the weep holes, but hopefully that'll never be seen. But they're there in case you need them. That's what they're there for. And so those are weep holes. Now this post, this cedar, you see these cracks in here? I have to look really hard. This is like the nicest post I have seen in new construction in a while. Old construction for that matter. And these cracks right in here. Okay, those are called checking. It's checking crack. Oh, maybe that's why. This is a fascia board. This isn't a solid post. We still have some checking in here. You don't lose any structural integrity. Hard to believe, but that's what I'm told. Hard to believe. But yeah, it's very clever. But yeah, this is a round post. Probably to hide the checking. No wonder it looks so nice. And I see the baseboard around here. I can't see underneath this column. I can't see underneath this post. And because I can't see underneath it, I cannot determine whether a stand was installed under there. So there would be no stand, or stand wasn't apparent. Take your pick. But that's the stand holds the wood up off the ground so that moisture doesn't wick up off capillary action, doesn't wick up off the patio and into the wood and cause it to age out prematurely. That's what that's for. That's what that's for. So I'm just saying non-apparent. That's really for me more than you, to make you aware. So I mean, it has value for everybody. Everybody gets some value today. These are low voltage. You can actually use a interior cover plate, but where our cover plates are missing on these low voltage outlet boxes, we have weep holes over our fenestrations. That's good. That's good. We're supposed to have that. Moving on along. This is the back door into the living area. And I'm getting a text. I'll share. We're all here together. Oh my goodness. Moo. Oh goodness. She doesn't usually like to wait. And I'm kind of busy. Booked up. Not just this job. Okay. The garage door casement, we have gaps underneath here. Sometimes people come in and fill them with foam and stuff, especially if you develop a rodent problem or what, and you really don't want to do that. You want to deal with rodents in some other way. You do not want to come in here with foam insulation because it will hold moisture. So that's cut back so as to prevent that wicking from coming up. Moving on along. This is the garage door. Okay. We have lintel. I can't determine whether this metal lintel goes 6 inches. Probably does. It's supposed to, though. It's supposed to. I cannot make a positive determination. We do have weep holes. Now, the Brick Institute would like to see some flashing between the lintel and the brickwork. But if you read the document, which I'm going to provide, it goes on to state that if you can't do the flashing, then the weep holes. So I guess it's an approved alternative method. Boy, man, they're just dinging away. It's the back exterior faucet. We're on the south wall now. We were on the east. We worked our way around the east side of the house. This is for the control wires to the lawn sprinkler system. We're going to talk about the electric meter soon. There's nothing wrong to talk about that. We're going to talk about the condensing unit soon, and we're going to talk about that cloth tape. That cloth tape, hillbilly home inspection. This is called a control joint, expansion joint, some people call it. Call it what you will. But we expect movement. We're in North Texas. We expect movement. So it's just like the lines in the street. You drive down the street, you see all those lines. They expect the street to move too. They put these lines, they put these controls in here so that, hopefully the idea is that we can isolate, we can bring the movement and the cracking. And it's between the garage and the living space. And you get a lot of movement there too. And there's others. And hopefully this is where the movement happens and it doesn't happen in the brickwork. We're trying to save the brickwork. Coming on along. Double pane vinyl frame windows. Double pane vinyl frame windows. Continuous soffit vents. The splash blocks are laid out backwards. You see this Centricon? It's a termite bait system. And judging from the placement, we have them for each structure in this whole area. Now these systems, okay, the idea is they attract termites and then they poison them, and then the poisoned termites, the contaminated termites, go home and kill the queen and the colony collapses. Now the bad side about these bait stations is that, well, they have to be maintained. Termites are blind. They've been around since forever. So termites are blind, and they were here before us, and they'll be here after us. But they get signals. This is where we eat. They're getting food signals, and they're leaving food pheromones. So when a termite's hungry, it follows the pheromones that the other termites have left in the ground, and it comes over here to eat. Poison, but it comes over here to eat. But it's empty. It's empty. It hasn't been serviced. I'm hungry. I came over here. I'm just not going to go home. I'm out for dinner. Where do you think I'm going to go? To that wood behind the brick, maybe? I don't know. If I was a termite, that's where I would go. Coming along here. This is the water heater or temperature pressure relief drain. Maybe pressure if it's no, I don't think it's a tankless. I do not think it's a tankless. If it is, it's electric. This is an electric home. Got all of our vents up here. Look at that. This is pretty. Okay. These pipes are supposed to terminate between 3 inches and 6 inches. Not closer to the ground than 3 inches, not further from the ground than 6 inches. We have a little bit of erosion along here on the south wall. Okay. Wood mulch next to the house is conducive to wood-destroying insects. It's conducive to termites. It just happens. Do I have wood mulch next to my house? Yeah, my wife loves it. She loves that stuff. We all love it. But if I was doing a wood-destroying insect report, a termite inspection, I would call this conducive. It might be by design. You might have planned to have it. But anyway, that's what that is. This is your main cleanouts. This is your main shutoff. Your first main shutoff. You have another one in the garage. Another one on the garage wall. Up here in the portico. Oh, and the siding is transitioned. Siding is transitioned to, it's mostly brick. But we got some stone accents at the front. Some stone accents at the front. And then we've just got, well, I'll show you in a minute. I guess we can look at this. We're here. I'm already keeping mood lit. Well, don't make me a fool. Alright. GFCI protected. Kind of expected it with new construction, but that's why I'm here. We got some kind of kick out here. What is that? Am I making stuff up? Trying not to. A tree should not be placed closer to a foundation than 25 feet. I get it. We don't have a lot of room. And every home, you'll notice, has a tree in front of it. It's probably the homeowners association. You probably won't be able to get rid of the tree. I'm just telling you that it's not ideal. It's not ideal placement. This is the front exterior faucet. This is where I got the water pressure to. And this is where I got the water pressure. More. Oh, here we go. More weep holes. These are weep holes too in the window frames. And these are weirs. Little weir traps. Little weir traps. They're not very expensive. But we're missing them. We're missing some weir traps here. Actually, we're missing one. That's the only one I've seen. Now, it's supposed to drain water out. But see the way that's got a little trap in there? So without that trap, it turns this into a flute. If the wind's blowing the right way, your house will sing to you. I've heard it. It was kind of scary as a vacant house. I didn't know what was going on. That's how I know to tell you about that. I learned that through experience. This is another control joint, expansion joint. Call it what you will. Moving on along. Here's a clean out for the kitchen. This window, that vertical casement, even the frame of the window, the vertical crate casement, but we're supposed to have some flashing up there, some kick-out flashing. You don't have that, so the water can drain out like it's supposed to. That top bar, that top rail, that top horizontal casement trim board, it's going to rot out prematurely. It's wood, it'll all rot. But it's not going to weather, it's not going to fare well the way it was installed. It was installed incorrectly. There's a reason why they have instructions. There's a reason why they have them. It's not like they want to make your life harder. They want to make your life better.